Everyone feared him, not because he screamed, but because he didn't need to. This is the face of a man who used to be nothing. Sung Jin Woo wasn't chosen. He was discarded, ignored, left to rot. But in that silence, he trained. He didn't cry for help. He didn't ask for a savior. He built. And if you've ever felt weak, invisible, replaceable, good. Because the deadliest things in nature don't grow in sunlight. They grow in pressure. They grow in silence. And they don't ask for permission. Ever walk into a room and feel like no one saw you? Not in a dramatic way, just unseen. You speak and it lands flat. Post and get silence. You try and it feels like no one cares. That's not failure. That's foreshadowing. This isn't just anime. It's your arc now. You ever notice how when people vanish, they don't throw a goodbye party? They just go dark? No text, no closure, just silence. That was Jin Woo in the Double Dungeon. His team ran. His screams were echoes, and no one came back. That silence, that betrayal, it didn't end him, it ignited him. Here's the truth. Your transformation doesn't begin with applause. It begins the moment no one checks in. It's not sadness. It's a signal. The game has begun. According to the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, solitude, when intentional, builds emotional clarity and resilience. You're not lonely, you're sharpening. And that's when the system shows up. Not to save him, to test him. You ever have a week where no one texts? No, you good? No, let's hang? Perfect. Because that's when it counts. When no one's watching. When no one's validating. That's when discipline becomes real. Jin Woo didn't get stronger because someone believed in him. He got stronger because he refused to stay weak. 7 days, no posts, no starting my grind updates, no motivational selfies, just silence and discipline. Because when no one checks in, it doesn't mean you've been forgotten. It means you've entered your next evolution. Let's cut through the noise. Winners aren't winging it, they're tracking it. You don't feel like a monster. You become one by logging the numbers. Most people live in vibes. Do I feel productive? Do I feel better? Pfft, that's amateur hour. Monsters run systems. Jin Woo didn't guess if he was stronger. He checked his stats. Strength, +3. Perception, +4. Crit rate up 6%. Every number was a checkpoint. Every dungeon, a data point. This isn't science fiction. A 2021 Harvard Business Review study confirmed that people who track measurable outcomes, like time, tasks, or physical progress, show more consistency in self-awareness. It's the feedback loop effect. And feedback beats feelings every time. He wasn't hoping for progress. He measured it. Muscle stat didn't seem better. It leveled up. That's not confidence. That's certainty. You wake up tired, skip your workout, tell yourself, I wasn't progressing anyway. But if you were tracking, bench +5 pounds, hit 3,000 words yesterday, worked 6 solid hours. Now it's not a vibe, it's a record. And monsters don't run on emotion, they run on truth. Jin Woo didn't obsess over his system because it was cool. He obsessed because it didn't lie to him. Track your focus ratio. How many minutes of deep work you get per hour, or how many times you checked your phone today. Even how many compliments you gave instead of needing. Sound small? That's the system whispering. And monsters hear whispers. Track one thing, just one. Could be your hours worked, your mood score, your water intake, your squats. Doesn't matter what it is, because beasts don't guess, they calculate. Let me ask you something lethal. What if your emotions are lying to you? This is the face of the man who's been through death and came back colder. Not because he doesn't feel, but because he no longer obeys feeling. We live in a culture that romanticizes every feeling. But let's be real, feelings are toddlers with a sword. Loud, unpredictable, dramatic. That message left on scene, suddenly you're composing Shakespearean heartbreak. One bad gym session, you spiral into, I'm a failure. Here's the reframe. Emotions are energy, not excuses. Monsters convert energy. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." That's execution. That's presence. Psychologists call it cognitive diffusion. You are not your emotions. You direct them. Each move, precision. Each kill, purpose. Not hype, just execution. Ever tweet out of rage, delete it, reread it 47 times? That's emotional debt. But if instead you dropped your phone, did 50 push-ups, journaled an ugly, honest page, and got to work, now you're not reacting. You're transmuting. Until you're strong, your feelings are static. But when you train through them, they become a signal. We've built a culture where vulnerability is a performance, where breakdowns go viral. But what if real power was refusing to explain your storm and just walking through it? That's not hiding, that's building. Next time you feel a storm, don't post, don't vent, move, write, lift. Because monsters don't broadcast their breakdowns, they build in silence. You ever notice how the deadliest ones are the quietest? Monsters don't post progress pics. They disappear and return unrecognizable. Visibility is vulnerability. The more people see you, the more you leak power, energy, focus, confidence. Because the second they watch you, you start performing. You start needing. But monsters, they train where no one claps. Most people hand their attention away like free samples. Can you hop on a call? Let's catch up. You good to talk real quick? Now you're drained again. Jin Woo didn't level up with fanfare. He thrived in the shadows. There's a reason monks isolate in caves. Solitude isn't punishment, it's a weapon. Marcus Aurelius said, "Nowhere can a man find a quieter retreat than in his own soul." And that's where monsters train. That's not loneliness, that's transcendence. Try going 1 hour without your phone. Your brain twitches. You reach, you scroll, nothing. But if you wait, clarity shows up. This isn't a dopamine detox. It's a spiritual warfare. In a world addicted to broadcasting, the monster becomes untouchable by becoming invisible. 1 hour. Every day. No phone, no notifications, just output. Write, train, build. Because this hour, it's sacred. And if you don't guard it, someone else will steal it. Let me say something your comfort zone doesn't want to hear. Your pain isn't a bug in the system. It is the system. You're not hurting because you're cursed. You're hurting because you're changing. Pain isn't punishment, it's prep work. Most people see pain and backpedal. They take it personally. But monsters, they translate pain. Stress equals feedback. Loss equals leverage. Rejection equals redirection. In sports science, there's a concept called supercompensation. Push your limits. Recover. Come back stronger. A 2017 Frontiers in Psychology study found that reframing stress as a challenge, not a threat, leads to better performance. So your struggle, it's not your excuse, it's your curriculum. Each rib, XP, each betrayal, a buff. He's not suffering, he's scaling. Think of the 3 worst moments you've lived through. The breakup, the ghosting, the burnout, the you're not good enough. Now ask yourself, who did you become after? Colder, sharper, more dangerous. That wasn't trauma, that was transformation. You don't level up in easy mode. You level up by walking through hell and walking out silent. Scars aren't signs you lost. They're proof you stayed in the fight long enough to bleed and heal. Monsters wear them like armor. And when someone asks you how you got that scar, you just smirk because they wouldn't survive the answer. Write down the 3 worst things that's ever happened to you. Now build until they look small. Lift heavier, focus harder, outgrow the past. Because pain isn't your punishment, it's your permission to become unrecognizable. Still think you're safe? He didn't build an army because it looked cool. He built one because the world was trying to kill him. And if you're not training, you're falling behind. The world doesn't want you dangerous. It wants you distracted, scrolling, oversharing, apologizing for ambition. Comfort is a drug. Distraction is a cage. This isn't about productivity. It's about survival. Ryan Holiday said in The Obstacle is the Way, what stands in the way becomes the way. Translation: chaos isn't the enemy, it's the signal. He didn't just want revenge, he wanted readiness. You keep waiting for the right moment, but every scroll, every comfort, every pointless group chat, it makes you softer, weaker, easier to control, until one day life hits and you're untrained, unready, alone. Discipline isn't about goals. It's about not dying unfulfilled. Your body is your fortress. Your time is your perimeter. Your choices are shields. Today, cut 3 things. Unfollow 1 distraction. Drop 1 comfort. Set 1 hard boundary. This isn't a glow up. It's defense. Because monsters don't hope to be strong. They prepare for war. No one's coming. No cheat code, no stat boost, no mentor unlocking your potential. Just you, your silence, and the decision to keep going. This isn't a comeback story. This isn't a glow-up montage. This is how monsters are made. Now train like it.